2020 National Family Health Survey laga fourth series is update hole Nagaland 15% maiki kan domestic violence through kore aro itude 2% do baja bukya maiki kan ase kusha Hornbill TV braji itu opor Saki one center kange kotha kurishe Saki one stop center do state government laga scheme ekta ase kun duk pa maiki kan lode deal kore ibido laga details abo reporter ke Christino kyo lode
HornbillTV aji yare Naga household te bishi common issue ekta discuss koribole ahi gene ase itu issue hoile to National Family Health Survey laga fourth series 2020 re data hisab hoile itu mamla hoile to bishi common mamla ekta ase de aru household bishi de itu hoi thake hoile bi stigma aru itu manu tahan ge boy lagi wole na khin lagi wole la fear pra itu discuss na kore ko ide itu mamla laga victims kan hoile to aru itu to ki ase koile to itu domestic violence itu data laga hisab te hoile to 15% women of the Naga society domestic violence to true kore ko ide aru itu 15% bitore 2% hoile to itu bacha bukhya maiki khana se goishide aru tai kan inega true kuri thagile bi koi dia nishna tahan manuke na society khan ge reveal na kore tai khan laga itu sorom kota hoile to hoy mota manu bi itu domestic violence to true kure holi bi majority Naga society hoile to majority hoile to itu maiki khana se goishe to man yare itia Saki one stop center ekta scheme itu government laga scheme pra itu ekta inega ekta organization thaki gena government la niche pra organization nya thaki na women with distress mainly the women with distress kan ge help kore de aro tahan deal kura la area hole to bishi back to itu domestic violence laga mamla lo deal kore kinega kan cases kan ahe itu eklai no helebi yade tahan do khali local Naga han ekla ke noi na itu non Naga han ge bi help kra la time bi thaire thole most of the time kina cases kan ahe aro tahan kinega deal kore itu han bi hudi ne jawo all right tahan ge kotha goine jawo apni la nam aro designation du ki ase
okay my name is Very I'm the center administrator her name is Bovili she's the case worker
all right so sabi man Allah khande na ja agire viewers kan kumba do domestic violence bi ki ase data hisab te hole kuma manu do tik domestic violence bi ki ase na jani gina na koi gine thage goise to apni ek bar define koi dio what exactly is domestic violence
okay domestic violence is any form of violence that happens within the household ekta household de violence hoise ekta ghor de violence hoise goile it is termed as domestic violence
mon सबसे common itu question manuhan janio monta do kinega cases kan ahi thage
cases to alag ahi thage domestic violence trafficking child abuse kan labi as you can see from the board rape kan bi ahi thage or mentally distressed victims clients kan bi ani thage cases to alag type thage among that domestic violence to maximum number of cases to domestic violence lai thage
aro sabi itu mohan moi age debi national family health itu tahan la survey bra sa hisab most of the time tahan la husband bra maikian hoile do live in partner or partner hi abuse kra la bi thage goise how common is that
I think it's very much common in so because mahanla society mahanla belief society la belief la hisab te do it's mahanla society to patriarchal ase so we believe that husband it's okay for the husband to beat up his wife if she shows any sign of like not being submissive or like if she retaliates then itu to marile bi kun hoy ina belief thaka ekta society ase to itu karne many people think that it's okay to beat their wives and also women think that it's good to be submissive to be patient and some people don't even know that you can seek assistance and you can seek help if you are a victim of violence to ina thaka karne bi bishi na heula cases kan even if it's prevalent na
acha to moi sabi violence to alag alag karne bhi hoi thai apni kwa nishna maiki khan bi ekta submissive hobole la ekta mentality thaki jai na motan bi mare na labi thai main reasons kan to ki hobo itu domestic violence wa na itu like do you think they normalize beating a woman, or what exactly is this thing that's happening? What are the main causes of domestic violence in our Naga society, which is definitely very common, like I said earlier?
Some of the major reasons why domestic violence economic reasons can be financial difficulties will cause rift within the husband and wife, or sometimes mostly it's also because of alcoholism and other addiction problems, which will again aggravate their anger, and it will create again that may also create violence. And also like I said, it's the mentality, the belief that it's okay for the husband to be abusive in ala mindset ekta thakya karne maybe these are the reasons.
Apni han bi bishi relate kura like tabi thaiwo recently holi bi jaigina itu sex workers kan na tangi bi kotha kurise women at high risk kan gi kotha kuine ja tan bra janai dia hisab husband bra kam na kuine maiki ge pressure kuine kam kole di ja la bi thagena. And I believe that is also a form of domestic violence na. To itu Dimapur, in a place like Dimapur ina hoi thaina nai mota bra maiki ge hi jaine tai against her will or against her capacity jaigene tai ge force kuine labor kam khan kole dia, or maybe illegal activities kan moi mention kwa nish na kuria labi thaki jaina nai aru maiki bi today oblige kuri gine jawine kam kura la cases ahena nai apnan lode.
I violence, domestic violence koile khali marpit to hin hoye khali wounds khan hoile mari shikule dagi ase kule itu dikhe holi. There are various forms of violence, such as it can be mental, emotional, psychological, or it can even be economic, like you're saying economic abuse bi thake tate not giving sufficient not giving sufficient money for the woman or the wife to run the household or for her needs. And like you said, not husband not working and maiki telling her to work is also a form of violence.
Apni khan maiki khan mentally bi ina abuse, mentally also tortured hoi gina ahi jaye na, mar khai gina na ina khan la bi ahi jaye in many different ways of domestic violence na. To what does Sakhi One Stop Center do in such cases? How do you deal with such cases? What does the center do?
If we receive this kind of cases, FIR likhyo na file, we'll lodge an FIR, and then automatically depending on the situation, like if they need to file for DIR report and all those, we'll process it to the legal DLSA. Aro DLSA law the job chede divorce will be and child custody law will be maintenance will be will get this done through DLSA. And then I just want to add again, kunbadu mar khayena I hear, and then it's not safe for them to go back to their home. So in Ahuleda, in such cases, Sakhi also we have temporary shelter. We provide shelter for a maximum of 5 days. So at the time there, like the woman can stay in a shelter center and then take shelter for some like emergency shelter na.
Ekta maiki khan bishi bag unreported hoi gine jai na, aru itu moi data labi aru kwa se hoile bi data hisab te hole maiki khan sorom kha na manuge bhoi lagi na cases kan de report unreported hoi ni bi jai, or maybe they delay their seeking for help and all also. So Naga society de, how can such mentalities change, especially for women, because it's common among women na to domestic violence laga coming up and speaking and saying that I'm going through domestic violence na. How can such mentality change, and what should women think of, or what should be the mentality or perspective of women in general?
Okay, when women come to One Stop Center, they come only when it is their breaking point. Ekdom napari jaise inagule ahe. Why? Because stigma do bishi whatever, if there is a case of domestic violence, it is the tendency of our society to automatically blame the woman na. To because she it's mainly because of these reasons that she's not first of all the stigma attached to it, and like she said, financial dependency, or children. Sometimes for the sake of the children inagune they used to stay in the abusive marriage ina han thage. To there are many reasons. To if society mostly because sometimes even if a lady is in the domestic yeah, in a domestic relationship, and if the relationship is abusive also, she's not because she don't have support from her own family or friends or the community. She's afraid, and she's afraid to go out and seek help because tage couldn't be tage guide kuine tage support correct source of strength backup ekta na thake karne she by herself she is also scared to go and seek out assistance.
Society can be encouraged ko lagi kwas na, like be it in a Naga society hule do one of the a very strong role play kura ekta department hule do churches can be ho, not just churches but just women organizations, or in fact mota can be. How will this different spheres of the society, how should they step up to encourage reporting of domestic violence, or help women say no when they are being abused?
I think it's all in the mindset because our current society, almost everybody is educated. So if we change the mindset, where the toxic masculinity, if we do away with that one and generate a more positive and more inclusive mentality where everybody living in the society enjoys and a healthy and good life, itulah mindset luine olop ina progress kurile to it will be much better for everyone.
Lastly, mon yade hudi diwo laws alag kan bi thage maiki an ye protect kura, because mo ando maiki kan step forward kura lagi na kwase, but tai kan ge protect kuribole constitutional laws kan ki thagi ne tahan. Why should they actually come out boldly to say no? What are the laws protecting them?
There's the Domestic Violence Act. So we are not from law background, to law to Balbra we wouldn't be able to tell you, but Domestic Violence Act there are various rights where maiki she can get protection order, protection and maintenance, and also custody of the child. So there are various laws which protects the right of women, and she can seek assistance if she's a victim of domestic violence. So
Nothing much regarding legal.
Alright. Moan next time bi parile the lawyers kan gibi kotha kuri gine jawo. Holi bi aji moan yade ahi gine Saki One Stop Center. Mainly itu sobse itu groundwork kura hando tahan bi ase domestic violence kan lo deal kurole no duijun gibi thanks ko ase mohan Hornbill TV gibi in ekta brief conversation de viewers kan gibi highlight kuri dia do na itu thagishe moi tahan bra janai dia nishna mandu bishi bi ahi gina ta kan laga incidences kan hoili bi report na kuri jai gine last minute te hi na pari jai ina kwarem de bishi na pari jadu duk parem de hine kwala cases kan bi thai de hoili bi domestic violence true kure ase koile itu mar khan kha na jabarjasti kure itu han sob bi part of domestic violence as de yere moi khan la ma'am bra describe kuri dia nishna itu han bi baura jani gine apni aji itu domestic violence true kure ase koile khara kurine nijor la awas to huni dio lagere aro help seek kur lage ase we help bi seek kurbo paro aji yere mo anaine Saki One Stop Center de ha nishna tahan la helpline number na contact number holibi dibo aro maiki han holibi kun sa je itu han bi sai gena help mangyo paro itu iglai no holibi society de alag department spheres kan holibi contribute kure maiki han ge inega speak out kurle sorom na khai gene na consequences kan na bhabi gene speak out kurle diwole to aji ina awareness ekta report kura to biswas ase sob manubi huni gena itia society de holibi in this very brief conversation society de holibi changes dikhiwo koine Hornbill TV apni hange inea nishna updates kan ani thaibo itia garni man hobo moi reporter ke Christian ke ho with camera person Wong for Hornbill TV Dimapur.